If the thought of changing your price point, going from hourly lessons to creating a four-figure price point, something like $2,000 to $6,000 per client, gives you the chills and you're wondering how on earth could I potentially switch from $80 an hour, $800 an hour into charging $5,000 for a 6-month group program. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you the strategies that have allowed our clients to successfully reinvent themselves and therefore change their price points into premium positioned online programs. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the Musicians Creating Prosperity podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Fabiana Claure, and I'm very excited to share this episode with you today because one of the biggest questions that I hear musicians have and come to me with is, how could I change my price point from charging hourly $80, $100 an hour to creating a premium offer charging $5,000 for 6 months? And on top of that, not having one-on-one interaction in a weekly one-on-one lesson with my clients. Somehow, I see most musicians struggle with this concept because they don't understand the new positioning their program can have and how to put the things in place to confidently explain the new level of value that they can provide by reinventing their offers. So if you've been wondering how this switch can be made, I'm going to show the exact steps that our clients have used to reposition themselves, elevate their price points, and position themselves as a premium offer in a way that actually feels they're being of service and adding incredible value. Let's dive in. The first thing you need to understand is when you're looking at changing your business price point and business model, switching from one-on-one lessons or one-on-one services, gigging, etc., that you always have to be trading time for money, into an online model and having a premium price point, a high ticket model, the first thing you need to realize is you cannot simply change your price point arbitrarily from one day to the next without having a process of repositioning your brand, repositioning who you want to be seen as, and evolving and upgrading your actual program, your services, right? None of the musicians that we've guided in this transformation have simply changed their price points without making significant changes to the way they serve their clients first. So do not worry if this has been you wondering how to change your price point and go from charging hourly to charging $5,000 for a 6-month program per client. The first step is going to always be taking a step back and repositioning who you are, the value that you provide, and how this new way of working could create accelerated results for clients. Here's the most important part you want to know. Premium buyers value their time more than their money, meaning if you can help your ideal clients expedite their learning curve and get a result faster without needing to spend months and months and months trying to achieve the thing, whether they want to improve on their musical development, whether they want to overcome some sort of a performance related challenge that they're having, whatever it is that you can help people solve. If your new model, the way you will reposition your services, can help them get results faster, that will immediately raise the value of your price point. Why? Because again, premium buyers care about their time more than they care about their money, right? And it's not because they have a lot of money. Money is not an issue for them. It's because they want more than anything to win back their time. Hey, quick pause here. If you are a musician, music educator, or creative entrepreneur who's built a successful business, I need to ask you something. Do you feel trapped by your own success? Maybe you have steady clients, consistent revenue, maybe even a team, but you're working more hours than ever. You can't take time off because everything depends on you. You've become the bottleneck in your own operation. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. You're not failing, you're just succeeding without the right systems. The skills that got you here aren't the same ones that you need to scale. I know because I've been there. I founded my music academy in 2011, and by 2016, I had built the systems to manage it completely remotely on autopilot. That success led to my online business, which replaced my university salary and gave me the freedom to build a lifestyle business on my own terms. I've also helped countless musicians around the world do the exact same thing, win back their time while exponentially scaling their income on their own terms. That's why I'm hosting my free Autopilot Your Music Business Masterclass to show you exactly how you can do this too. Go to musiciansprofitmasterclass.com and secure your spot right now. Imagine having the freedom to focus on what you love the most while your business thrives on autopilot. That's exactly what we'll build together. Now, back to today's episode. So when you can put yourself in the operating reality of your ideal client and recognize what do they value, what is important for them, and therefore learn how to explain how your unique services, your new model, your new way of working can help them save their time, that's the first step in changing the value perception of your offer. Let's remember that part of this change is not only talking about your services, not only describing how your new program will help your clients win back their time, but it's also helping your ideal clients understand why your perspective and your unique lens is the best suited for their transformation. Because let's face it, most of the things that we all do, they're not necessarily unique, meaning like you're not the only music teacher out there or the only piano teacher out there, right? I'm not the only business strategist for musicians. Like we all have things that we are not by any means the only ones in the world. However, what allows us to set ourselves apart is understanding how to connect our brand, our values, our lens in the services that we provide. And that's what makes it unique. That's what adds the next level of sophistication that draws the right type of people who resonate with your values to your business. Now, if you're wondering, well, why would someone pay me $5,000 when there's so many other teachers undercharging for their services and maybe positioning their services even less than $100 an hour, maybe undervaluing themselves? And I've heard a lot of concerns from musicians who say, hey, but people can learn for free on YouTube. They can watch tutorials. There's so much free content out there. Why would they pay $5,000 to work with me? Or, hey, people are already selling pre-made courses showing people how to play the piano by their own little course that they pay $20 a month for, right? A subscription. How on earth could someone justify paying me $5,000 to work with me in a 6-month program? And even though if you're in my world and you're listening to this podcast, you should know that we've already featured in this very podcast series so many musicians who've done this exact model, who've been able to effectively and successfully transition from hourly work to building a premium program. All you have to do is look for the different case studies that we featured, whether it's Diego Alonso, Megan McPhee, Mike Arts, Lenore Oren, and so many more that we're constantly showcasing in this podcast. There's no doubt that the model works. However, if you wonder if it could work for you, here's what you need to know. As long as you are willing to infuse in your business proposition, not just the services that you provide, but also the lens that you bring to those services, meaning your perspective and delivering that result, your story, your background, the challenges that you've had to overcome that gave you a unique approach towards solving that challenge. That is now what you can pass on to your clients when you know how to position your services and your own brand in a way that creates a unique differentiator. That's when it all comes together and will allow you to successfully set yourself apart in the crowded industry that we are in. And yes, there's a lot of competition, but most people don't understand the power of personal branding in conjunction with their skills and their ability to create a difference in their students and clients' lives. So if you're wondering, what would be those steps that would allow me to shift my price point? Number one, your offer needs to be reinvented. Okay. You cannot just arbitrarily change the price point into your existing services. There needs to be a process of reinvention. And these are the things that we help our musician clients do, because the first part needs to be defining your brand. Then you need to make sure you restructure your offer to expedite the path for your clients. And so many of our clients have shared with us, that they used to take a year to achieve results to a certain level with their students. And now they can do this in 3 months. I'm thinking of one of our clients, Nana Grace, who's an amazing piano teacher. She directs a competition in Rhode Island. I think it's called Crescendo Piano Competition. She also directs a series in Carnegie Hall. Like, she's a very well-established piano teacher and pianist. And she shared with us that she's been able to get her clients to get results in 3 months, what used to take them a year. Right. So you need to think about, what are the ways that you could now help your clients get results faster? And again, the model that we encourage you to adopt, where you're no longer just trading your time doing one-on-one lessons, but instead you're packaging your knowledge and you're helping people access that through weekly group sessions with you, as well as asynchronous support points where they can maybe send you some videos throughout the week, and you can allocate a few time blocks in your schedule to sit down and give everyone their feedback and one-on-one interaction without it needing to have a specific weekly live touch point with you every single week, right? But when you can vision that, you have a quicker way of course correcting for your clients what they're stuck on. And they don't have to just wait a whole week on their own to see you the next week and to get a lot of course correction from you live. And in many cases, repeat 80% of what you told them the week prior. Am I right? I mean, I know what that's like. I taught piano for over 20 years, and our students would forget most of what we taught them. And especially if they didn't get a chance to practice, right? Then we would have to basically repeat 80% of the previous lesson. the following week. And how did you feel that affects their progress? It delays their progress significantly. Whereas if you have a model where you can make the case for why this model will help your clients get results faster, now you have a way to immediately create a value perception that is higher. Why? Because now you can tell your students, listen, you don't need to wait, 18 months or 12 months to get to this point. If what you want is to achieve this goal, then by following the system that I've developed with this higher price point and higher touch points of interaction, we can actually get there faster, right? And the other thing is that when you're building and restructuring your model into this type of format, remember you're not starting from scratch. You're not teaching something you're not familiar with. Completely different subject. Like that's another question that I get a lot is like, I've never taught it in this way. I feel insecure. How could I justify a four-figure investment, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 when I've never really taught in this way? And the thing I like to share is, well, of course you've not taught in this way, but you've been teaching and you know your expertise. You have a craft that you've mastered your entire life, right? If you're a professional musician and someone who knows you have a skill that you can transfer, you've been working on that for most of your life, if not decades of your life. So there's no doubt that you know your thing. You can help people achieve results. You may not have done it in this container yet or in this particular model, but that doesn't mean you're a beginner or that you don't know what you're doing, right? So all of these ideas hopefully will help you recognize that these are the types of mindset shifts that our clients are able to embrace in order to make the price point change that then allows them to show up with confidence and conviction in conversations with potential clients and really show up from a place of service and integrity and not feel that they're just randomly inflating their prices from one day to the next. Hopefully you can appreciate the many nuances that are involved in repositioning your value and helping you first and foremost understand the value that you can provide in this new way so that you can then convey that with confidence and conviction towards your ideal clients. Remember, people will come to you, will be drawn to you, will pay 4 or 5 figures to work with you, not only because of the services you provide, but most importantly, because of who you are and the lens you bring to those services and that solution. So this is a very, very concise episode that I want you to just grab it and run with it. And of course, if you need any additional support in figuring out how you could restructure your business, feel free to book a call through the links here and the show notes. So there's always a way where you could reach out to me and my team. We'll be happy to help you map out exactly how you could reposition your business model and potentially adopt all of these strategies directly in your unique services and offerings. I hope this helps you. Remember, get excited. Other people have been able to do this very successfully. There's absolutely no reason why you couldn't succeed in it as well. All you need to have is the right roadmap, the right direction, and through that, take the right action steps that will build your confidence along the way. I hope it helps. Until next time, let's prosper together.